So I hope you are reminded today that you do not have to allow the society to change your name or define your cause or define who you are. You have the right, you have the power, you have the will, you have the possibility to redefine your name, to redefine yourself, and to redefine your destiny. Your name matters. Yes, Janet. If your name is Janet, it's so important and unique to you. Are you Joy? Are you Favor? Are you Cecilia? Ike, like myself? Your name matters. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. People are so quick in the society we live these days to tag people, to change people's names. They give you a name and before you know it, you are known for that name. You don't have to accept that. You don't have to take it because they tell you, well, you're overreacting, it's just a name, it's just a nickname. Name matters. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise that your name does not matter. If it doesn't matter, why do you buy Gucci, a product that could easily be the same with another brand? For example, if you have two brands, two designs that is exactly the same, probably the same quality, the same color, but one has a name and the other doesn't. One is Gucci and the other one doesn't have a name. The one that doesn't have a name can be priced at $50 and the one that has a name can be priced at $2,500. And people will still work hard to buy the one of $2,500. You know why? When you walk into a place with the one that has a name, people recognize that name. People respect the name. So I'm sorry if I don't let you call me the name that you think I am, because that's not the name I am. Call me by my name. Don't give me a name that isn't mine. And I'm reminding you watching this video today, have you been called selfish? Have you been called a failure? Have you been called disappointment? The fact that people are calling you that name doesn't mean you should accept it for yourself. People want to give you names based on their idea of what they think you are. Do not let anyone call you names that isn't yours. And another thing I want to tell you about names is, no matter what your family history is, if the people are calling you names because of what they've known about your history or your where you came from, that doesn't matter, because names are made. When you came into this world, you were just a baby until you were given a name. Gucci was just Gucci until they made a name for themselves. Every brand name, every big name, any personality names that you hear today, Oprah, Nelson Mandela, they were all just names until they made it important, until they made it a name that wasn't just an ordinary name. What am I saying? Names are important, but names can be made. And because names are made, it doesn't matter what it has been like in your family. It doesn't matter what your history has been like. You have a chance right now, today, to make a new name for yourself. To call yourself the name only you want to be called. By working and making conscious effort to change that narrative. So even if your family has been known as disappointment, as the family that never goes to school, or that never get themselves together, or are always selfish or something, or whatever name that you've been known for historically, the fact that that's the name that has been in your family for God knows when, or the women in that family, they're never productive, doesn't mean that's how you should end up. Doesn't mean you should accept that name for yourself. You have the chance to name yourself. What's that name going to be? I guess that's my question to you. Are you going to consciously, it doesn't matter what yesterday was, what your family was called yesterday. It matters tomorrow. What do you want to be called? And the chance you have to change that opinion is today. The choices you made. You can either choose to just be called as one of the other names in your family or in your history, or how you've always been called and known. Or you can start saying, you know what? My name is important. It's important what I'm called and known for. It's really necessary that people know that I am strong, I am wise and powerful, I can do all things that I set my mind to do. I can make changes and I can be above and beyond what my family has been doing and known for, or what my history has been known for. And I'm going to take steps, one step after the other, to make that difference. Immediately you make that choice and you make that change, the results tomorrow is going to determine the name that you're going to be called. And you know what? Because you refuse to accept the name that other people are giving to you, you know yourself. The minute you start to reject the name other people are giving to you and call yourself the name you want to be called, it starts to change the way you think and the way you act. Because now you know you have a brand, or you have a name, and you have an identity to protect. And that's what you will work towards. You work towards the name you wish to be called. So if you wish to be called a caring girl, or a caring friend, a supportive friend, a loving colleague, an intelligent colleague, a diligent wife, an amazing mother, a smart businesswoman or brother or friend, then you start to put in the work it takes for that name to exist in your life. Then the decisions you make and the steps you take starts to be consciously analyzed, because you know the name you want for yourself. So names do matter, my friend, is what I'm saying. It does matter because it becomes your identity. And your identity is who you are. And who you are is your existence. So what do you want to be in this world? What name has been given to you before? What name are you being called now? What name do you think you deserve to be called? Because what really matters in all of this is not what you were called, what you are called, or what you want to be called. But what really matters in all of this is what you think you deserve to be called. What you think you are worthy to be called. Immediately you identify what it is you deserve, you want, you really believe you are, then that's your identity. Forget what other people are calling you. Start rejecting it from the inside and start working towards what you want or the world to see, the name that you want the world to call you. Start working on that now. Because the minute you establish that from the inside, it starts to reflect on the outside. And like I said, names can be made. Names are made. Oprah was born just Oprah, until she made it a name, a household name that is meaningful, impactful through her works. Brands, businesses, those names were just names that were picked, but they became important because of the results, because of their outputs, because of the impact, because of their work that were seen. So if you are in that place where you don't like the names you are being called, you don't like the name your generations have been called, and now it seems like your current generation is on that path to taking that name forward, but deep inside you want better. You want to change the course. You want to change the narrative. I'm saying that thinking is right, and it's not too late, because names are made and names are important. Start taking the right steps. What happened yesterday doesn't matter. What happened today is what's going to define the kind of name you will be called tomorrow, and your generations to come will be called. Focus on building the name that you want for yourself. And when people are trying to call you otherwise, stand in the right of knowing who you really are. It's not by talking like, oh, that's not my name, but your actions is exactly the name that people are calling you. So when you are acting right, when you are doing the right thing, when you are doing exactly the opposite of what you are being called, then you can stand in your right and say, you know what, don't call me that name, because that is not my name. And trust me, if you have everything working around you to back up the point that that name you are being called isn't right, eventually the world will come around and call you the name that you deserve. So I hope you are reminded today that you do not have to allow the society to change your name or define your cause or define who you are. You have the right, you have the power, you have the will, you have the possibility to redefine your name, to redefine yourself, and to redefine your destiny. Again, this is a conversation with Gift Patrick. I hope you've enjoyed this topic today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next episode. Until then, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page, Gift Patrick, or my Instagram page, gift_Patrick_. Stay safe and see you next episode. Love you.